In week 1, we explore the importance of the phonics awareness and the language experience in early literacy development. As we discussed in the workshop, phonics awareness illustrated through the example of the Little Green Frog activity, emphasizes the recognition and application of the individual sounds in word. The incorporation of the body movement enhances coordination and aids in engaging students in learning process. As we as a teacher actively participate in those moments alongside students is crucial for reinforcing correct pronunciation and facilitating learning. Teacher needs to provide a visual method for students to follow. This can make students, especially for young students, to grasp the concept being taught. Additionally, active participation also allows students to gauge students' understanding and provide immediate feedback. By observing students as they engage the moment, teachers can identify any areas of confusion or misunderstanding and address them in the real time. This form of formative assessment is invaluable for guiding instruction and ensuring that all students can make progress. In the classroom, using some open-ended questions such as who live in or by the creek can prompt students to think. Students can design their own character based on some instruction, and they can also get to the creek to observe and experience to design a character living in the creek. This adds fun to classroom and encouraging students to participate in the classroom activity. The teacher in Red Creek School employs various pedagogical practice for student writing development. This practice, including individual writing, daily writing, and shared writing activity integrated into daily routine, is necessary for teachers to design some writing tasks that relate to student personal experience and interest. As a teacher, we should encourage students to write stories based on their own experience. Students can create their own characters inspired by their surroundings and encouraging them to use language creatively and meaningfully in their writing. During the week 2 of our course, we mainly talked about writing, focusing particularly on the challenging students facing in identifying sounds at the end of the word. One key concept we explored was use a digraph to create vowels, sounds, and various sounds associated with the letter Y. An interesting example that stood out from our workshop was the word try, Andy, wanty, gonna glow, which highlight the complexity of the language sound and pattern. We also discussed the importance of language experience in enriching students' understanding and appreciation of writing language. By connecting learning to students' real-life experience and interesting, we can create meaningful opportunity for them to engage with language in diverse ways, such as through storytelling, arts, and hands-on experience. One important principle of language experience approach is providing rich and varied language experience that expands students' life worlds. This includes activities like story tables, arts experience, excursion, and interacting with visitors. Through this experience, students can develop their linguistic repertoires and engage in meaningful reading and writing practice at different levels. The workshop on teaching pedagogies for writing provided valuable insight into effective practice, particularly with reference to the Red Creek School approach. At Red Creek School, teachers focus on creating an interactive and conductive learning space. They provide a language-rich learning environment for students, and the teacher emphasizes the importance of providing students with individual and independent time for daily writing and reading. Allocating dedicated period of the student to engage in self-directed writing and reading activities. Students can have the opportunity to explore their interests, experience their thought, and develop their literacy skills at their own pace. Additionally, the practice for delivery aloud section feature books of the high levels can help students to enhancing their writing abilities. By incorporating strategies such as classroom setup, observation, and providing dedicated time for independent writing and reading, educators can create an environment that fosters creativity, critical thinking, and literacy development among the students. 3 workshop, I achieved the concept of the schwa, a lazy vowel sound that can found in various words across the English language. We discussed how schwa relates to short vowel sounds and observed its occurrence in words such as again, after, fontaine, and a bargain. Understanding schwa, its pronunciation nuances, is crucial for both teacher and student to enhance their phonics awareness. We're also exploring the teaching and learning cycle as a pedagogical approach for planning literature-based unit. We analyze the different phases of the cycle, including introducing, orienting the student to the text, examining the text through share reading, responding to the text appropriately, and guiding independent task production. By understanding the purpose of each state, the role of the both teacher and student, we gain insight into how effectively engage the student in meaningful literature experience. During the workshop, we focus on the mental text, where the wild things are, and discuss the knowledge and language resources needed for making meaningful the text. We use sticky notes or annotate each page, identify narrative elements such as orientation, complication, and resolution, and analyze the character of the map through drawing and descriptive language. This task helps us understand how skillful students' comprehension and analysis of the text through shared reading activities. Reflecting on the process of creating our own response to the text, I realized the importance of considering students' diverse background and experience when designing learning tasks. Adapting this task to the junior primary class at a Greek school would involve simplifying the language and providing visual support to accommodate students' varying literacy levels. Additionally, incorporating hands-on activities such as drawing and imaginative play can further engage students and deepen their understanding of the text. By applying some good learning and reading strategy into classroom, educators can create an enriched learning experience and foster students' language skills, critical thinking, and love for the literature. In week 4, we designed a shared reading plan based on the books Mr. Wishy-Washy, provided valuable insight and a takeaway for my own planning and classroom practice. I'm mainly focused on the day 1 activity. I will introduce the day 1 activity. First, I will make a prediction for students. I will let them to have a look the cover, and I will ask them some question like that. What can you see in this picture? What kind of clothes she's wearing? Then I will allow students to focusing on the name. What's the name of this book? According to the name, what do you think the character in the picture do? What do you imagine her working environment looks like? Then after the prediction activity, I will using like the finger puppet to read this story loud and to encourage student participate in the shared reading process. One key learning takeaway from this task is the importance of incorporating a variety of engaging and interactive activity to promote active participation and comprehension during shared reading session. For making the prediction about a story, students can explore the vocabulary, punctuations, expression, and phonics. Each day's activity was thoughtfully designed to scaffold students' understanding of the text while keeping them actively engaged. As an educator, we need to respond to student interests, abilities, and progress, adjusting our instructional strategy and pacing as needed to ensure meaningful learning experience. In my own planning and classroom practice, I will implement interactive and student-centered activity to actively engage students and foster their participation and enjoyment during the shared reading session. Overall, the group task serves as a valuable learning experience, providing practical insight and strategy that I can apply, enhance my shared reading practice, and promote literacy development in my classroom. After attending the Week 5 workshop, I've noticed that teaching guided reading requires a very careful planning, flexibility, and a deeper understanding of literacy development. Reflecting on my previous practice and current learning, I have identified some areas of confidence and some areas I need to develop, still need some improvement. I feel very confident now in selecting texts appropriate for my student instructional levels, considering factors such as their ability, interest, and the length. And for the teaching strategy, I found that I already got some knowledge about the variety of the reading strategy, and I can effectively teach students how to apply them, including decoding using context clues and making predictions. I'm skilled in managing reading instruction, organizing materials, and facilitating discussion and providing individualized support. There are some areas I still need some improvement for the differentiated instruction. I aim to deepen my knowledge and skills in providing differentiated of the instruction to meet students' device needs, tailoring instruction materials and assessment to accommodate varying reading levels, instruction, and learning styles. For the guided reading strategy, I want to expand my strategy of the guided reading to support reading comprehension, fluency, and which includes teaching vocabulary, decoding, and comprehension skills during the guided reading session. I still need to deepen my understanding of making reading instruction culturally responsive by incorporating diverse texts and perspectives into instruction and creating a classroom environment that values respect student cultural background. To deepen my understanding, I found that I still need to attend some workshops focused on guided reading instruction, differentiated instruction in literacy development, and assessment techniques. Seeking guidance from experienced literacy coach, mentor teacher, or colleagues is useful for me. I will observe some effective teaching practice and receive some feedback according to my teaching practice. And in addition, exploring research-based books, articles, journals, and engaging some reflective practice to enhance my teaching strategy.